Hi. Before this episode starts, we'd like to acknowledge that this video may be triggering to some viewers and has a content warning for the following: transphobia, homophobia, sexism, bullying and harassment, as well as talk of mental health and suicidal ideation. If you find yourself needing someone to talk to, resources and helplines will be available in the description below. And remember, the world is a better place because you're in it.
Everyone needs to stand up for each other and remember that you're on a team and you win and lose together. So we all just sat watching out the window, watching Jedward run around for about 2 hours. It was brilliant. Babe, please tell me I don't sound like that. You deserve to be yourself, so be yourself, and everything else will fall in. The first thing I asked was, did anyone cry? And we got a few hands. I was just like, yes. If I can help one person out of 1,000, out of 2,000, 10,000, whatever, then I'll just go, okay, one more. One more.
Welcome to the second episode of the CoEs Industry Couch podcast. My name is Aria. I'm a digital marketing student, and I'm here with my lovely guest.
Hi, I'm Emma, or Emzii, whatever you prefer.
Tell us a little bit about yourself so they know who you are.
Yeah. So I'm Emma, in the gaming scene, known as Emzii. I'm a loud, proud transgender woman from Northern Ireland, 2 times international esports champion, and the new community manager of British Esports.
Woo, woo, community.
Yay!
I am lovingly part of that community.
Yes.
Follow you on everything.
Yes.
As it should be.
As everyone listening should as well.
Yes.
Or watching.
It'll pop up on the screen, I hope, if we're lucky.
Some tags, some lower thirds. I like it.
Some fancy graphics for you at the bottom of the screen.
Can they be pink?
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
my only condition.
Absolutely. Anything for you, babe.
Yes.
We'll get right into it. You are a gold medalist for the Commonwealth Esports Games.
Yeah, so I represented Northern Ireland at the Commonwealth Games, or the Commonwealth Esports Championships. It was a pilot, it was first of its kind, and I'm the only person for Northern Ireland to ever win the gold medal. So that's pretty darn cool. It was also my first event ever in esports, so that's also ridiculous.
You turn up, you win gold, you're like,
Go home.
I think I've done it all.
Go home, take my medal to the airport, get free lounge access. It's good times.
Perfect.
Very good times.
How did you start playing for Northern Ireland?
Yeah, I replied, I basically got sent an Instagram ad from a friend. It was literally, all it said was looking for female gamers in Northern Ireland. It didn't say what it was for, who it was for. I was just like, that's me. So I messaged them. It's like, look, first of all, I'm transgender. Is that going to be an issue? Because it's Northern Ireland, and I want to say 50-50. It can be an issue, but it's probably a bit more than that. But they replied saying, nope, you're a woman. That's it. That's all we need to know. Can you play any of these 3 games? I applied for 2, and they were like, what about this one? So I applied for Dota and Rocket League, because I'd played them more recently. And then they were like, what about eFootball? And I was like, FIFA? And they're like, no, eFootball, because I hadn't realized at that time that Pro Evo had rebranded to eFootball.
Yes.
So I was like, I play FIFA every year. Not competitively, but I play it, and I'm a massive football fan, so sure, I'll give it a go. Played the game for about a week, and this was pre any of the patches, and it was one of the most awful games I've ever played. And I was like,
scuffed,
I was like, you know what? Free trip to Birmingham, it'd be fine.
The best place to go.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
lovely
why
weather.
not? Lovely weather. It was lovely weather, to be fair. Like it was roasting. But yeah, I was like, I'll give it a go, see what happens. If I get selected, happy days. If I don't, I don't. Turns out I did get selected. I got to win, and they patched the game, which was the most important thing, because now it's playable and fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got given a great coach who taught me everything I needed to know. It was Richie Hughes. He'd represented Ireland at the E World Cup and the E Euros. And then I had Nick Hatton, fantastic teammate in the male division, and the 3 of us just formed this wee bond. And the 2 of them just battered me at eFootball until I knew how to play properly.
That's how everyone starts. I think.
Yeah,
you just lose a bunch. Until you just get really good at it.
Pretty much, they're like my older brothers, just bullying me.
My younger brother bullies me while I play, so I feel like I can understand.
Yeah, but it was tough. It was good. And then we just analysed everything. Richie went really in depth into tactics and what I needed to play, and without them boys, I wouldn't have won the medal. So it's as much theirs as it is mine, although it's mine.
Although it's yours.
But they help.
Yeah, it's got your name on it.
It doesn't have anyone's name on it.
Does it not?
No, it's got the event's name on it.
Oh, I thought they put your name on it. I've never won a gold medal. I'm working on it.
Mine is, you'll get there.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
I'll coach you.
Absolutely.
We'll go together.
We'll go together.
Yeah, mine's is battered. I took it out a few nights out to the airport.
Just to show up.
Yeah, it got me free drinks and stuff, and like free lounge access and lots of attention, which to me, I love attention.
Yeah, because you then went on to the European Games.
Yeah, so about a year maybe afterwards, I basically got asked if I would like to represent Great Britain at the European Games, which was in Poland and Katowice, and I was like, yes, a free trip to somewhere that's not Birmingham, let's go.
Yeah!
Because by that point, I'd done Insomnia like 3 or 4 times, I'd been to Confetti a couple of times, and I was like, every trip I do to England is to Birmingham. And I'm like, please just take me anywhere else. So yeah, I was like,
Poland,
just as at Poland, yep, that's Katowice, yep, same venue as Counter-Strike, yep, I'm in. But then there was a bit of drama around it because I had sort of verbally agreed many months ago that I would play for Ireland, because being from Northern Ireland, I have dual nationality.
Yeah.
I don't have an Irish passport, so I technically don't have, but I'm entitled to one. So I was like, I'd trying to get them to pay for my passport, and I would have played for Ireland. But then nothing really came of it for ages. GB then asked, and I basically had to have a chat with the Ireland manager, be like, look, I would prefer to play for Great Britain because count myself as British, not Irish. Yeah. And they understood that, and they let me go, thankfully, and play for GB, and the rest was history. They got a fantastic player in Nala. She came 4th. Sadly, just missed out on a podium spot. But she's now a great friend of mine, and the fact that we got to have 2 people from the island of Ireland representing at the competition was great, and it was so fun.
Absolutely. And you podiumed again.
Yeah. I came second. I'm definitely not bitter about coming second. I definitely still don't have flashbacks to losing to Italy.
But you got a medal.
I didn't. I got a massive trophy.
That's even better. Paperweight.
Honestly, I'm really surprised I got it through customs. Like, that thing is heavy and sharp. And I was like, this is a weapon.
That's a flight risk.
Yeah, and they let me take it through in my travel bag. I didn't want to put it in my suitcase because it doesn't have a box or anything, and I didn't want to wreck it. So I was like, I'll keep it with me. And they were just sort of looking at it, being like, why? Why is this here?
I do think about that. Like, when people win trophies, how do you get it home?
Some either you can take it home in your suitcase if you have like a good padded suitcase. I didn't. Mine was a really cheap cloth one. Or they'll post it to you as well. Or your team will post it to you. There's ways around it.
I'm taking notes for when I also win a massive
you get
trophy
your big trophy
to
cabinet
get it
at home.
through customs.
I like it. Just own it. Just walk up and be like,
absolutely.
This is mine.
Yeah.
Can I have free lounge access? Didn't work for the European Games.
No, but it won.
But I won.
When you got gold,
a gold got me into the lounge. Silver didn't. Sad.
What advice are you going to give to anybody who wants to play for their country?
Honestly, do it. There's no real words that can describe the feeling of representing your country. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've done it twice now, and like the feeling for representing Northern Ireland was immense. Like, I'm proud to be Northern Irish, and getting to represent them was amazing. But then when you get to GB, which is everywhere, Northern Ireland, England, Scotland, and Wales, it's just next level. So honestly, anyone looking to do it, I 100% recommend to do it. If you want to represent them at eFootball, however,
Spot's taken.
But
we've got to go for that.
But if you can't beat me, you can have the spot.
I don't think I can do that.
I like to anyone. Like, I don't want like. I'm not going to hold on to the spot if there's someone better than me. I don't want to. I'm not going to like gatekeep and stop someone else. My plan is to play until someone else is better than me, and then I can help them play and help coach them.
I like that.
There's only so much time in the day to play games.
Yeah.
The worst thing about being a pro gamer is you don't get to play games.
Yeah, you do everything else, which I don't play much. Someone who is on the other side of the camera is on my team. And he'll tell you that I haven't touched the game that we play in about 2 months now.
Same. I'm signed to play EAFC, and I just haven't not had the time to play it.
I don't understand the controls, but I'll give it a shot.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun new the EAFC is kind of like a hybrid of FIFA and eFootball, so it's like somewhere in the middle where FIFA was super arcadey, eFootball super realistic. EAFC is a nice blend in the middle.
Nice.
It's fun to play when you're not playing meta.
When you're just playing for the
When
fun.
you're just playing for fun, it's fun. When you're being a sweat, it's not fun. But I mean, is it ever fun? Winning's fun, but
winning's fun.
Is being a sweat fun?
No. But winning is definitely fun.
Yeah, makes it all worthwhile.
And definitely, you've been quoted quite a lot of times saying something very lovely, which is anybody can pick up a controller and play.
Yeah, thumbs are thumbs.
Thumbs are thumbs.
Thumbs are thumbs.
We've all got them.
Still waiting on that T-shirt. I need a T-shirt to say thumbs are thumbs.
But new merch line, thumbs
New
are
merch line,
thumbs.
yeah.
But when you say anyone can pick up a controller, it's definitely because of the backlash that people receive playing video games.
Yeah, 100%. Like, people are just mean for no reason. I mean, there is a reason. What that is a multitude of different things. You know, whether they don't understand, they're jealous, they don't know themselves what's going on, or they're being bullied themselves and they're lashing out to try and make themselves feel better. There's a million and one different reasons as to why people are doing it, but ultimately gaming is an escape for so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's an escape for people who are being toxic as well, because that's their escape, is being toxic. But it gives you a platform where you can just be yourself, and you can not have any worries about what people say. I mean, you can turn off voice comms and you can, like, you just play the game for fun, right?
Yeah.
And you can get that, and you can get that escape and that respite, and literally anyone can play a game. There's so many different ways now that you can get involved with, you know, accessibility controllers, with game settings for different color blinds. There's literally so many different accessibility options now that everyone has, that anyone can literally play any game, and it's fantastic. And toxicity aside, it's just such a wonderful place for people to take a break from whatever's going on in the real world and whatever's getting them down, and just have 10, 15 minutes to 7 hours exploring a lovely world, or losing yourself in a story, or shooting other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that rage out.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
In the most girly way we can think of.
100%, yeah. To be fair, the last time I played Valorant, I was painting my nails at the same time, and I was getting so angry because I just kept messing up my nails, and I was getting nail polish.
Not even the game. It's the nails that
honestly,
were the angering.
I was getting nail polish on my mouse, and my mouse is white.
No.
My whole setup's white and pink, and I was
it's pink now.
yeah, no, it is. You're right. So yeah, I was getting angry at that, but girl rage is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And as women and as members of the LGBTQ community, we can definitely both say we take a lot of the brunt of the hate.
Oh, 100%.
That we get in esports.
Yeah, you can never have a bad day as a woman.
No.
It's always because of who you are.
Yeah.
It's never because you're sick. It's never because you're just having a bad day.
Yeah, it's
because
of who we are.
Yeah, and that's why we lose the game, is because of who we are. When really, we're losing the game because someone in our team has decided to take offense of who we are.
Yeah.
And that's why we're losing, because you're no longer playing as a team. You're now attacking your own team, and it's just stupid, and people need to grow up.
Yeah. How would you recommend someone deals with the hate that they face?
So for me, the way I deal with hate is I talk to them and I educate them. Like, they don't expect you to talk back half the time. Don't get into an argument. It's not worthwhile. It's not worth the extra stress. But I just talk to them and see if you can understand why they think that they can say stuff that they say, and, you know, see where it's coming from. And if they're willing to talk and learn and be educated, then that's how I personally slowly tackle toxicity, and then it's a snowball effect. And it's the same if someone else in your team is, you know, being flamed or being toxic against, just call it out and be like, hey, maybe don't do that. Maybe, you know, we're a team, maybe act like it, and we'll win. And you'll get stick for that as well. But that's the only way it'll ever change. It's just everyone needs to, like, stand up for each other and remember that you're on a team, and you win and lose together. Whereas people are like, you're a woman, we're going to lose now. No, we're going to lose because of what you just said, because you somehow have a problem with who I am, when it has nothing to do with anyone's ability or anything in the game.
Definitely. I get that a lot.
Yeah,
like,
dumb.
Start educating.
Yeah.
Don't hate people.
Well, that's it. I mean, like, I'm a big fan of educating people, because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand what it is like to be a woman online, to be a transgender person, to be a member of the LGBT community. You know, they've lived their lives the way they've lived it, and they've never experienced people like us. So that's okay. But as long as you're willing to learn and understand what it's like, and how to treat people online, then that's where the education comes in. I'm not personally a fan of just banning people. Obviously, there's stuff that when it's said is unexcusable, and for everyone's sake, they deserve banned so that no one else has to read what they write. But ultimately, I think education has to come first. You can't if we just turned off everyone that was rude or mean, they're never going to learn, and they're just going to do it to other people. And I would rather, personally, people be rude to me because I know I can take it, than someone else who maybe is just starting off their journey, whether it's as a streamer, creator, as a transgender person, or as a member of the LGBT community, or a woman, or is maybe questioning their own gender identity or their own sexuality and don't quite know what to do or what to say, and their escape is going to play this game where they can just feel free, and all of a sudden they're being attacked for that.
Yeah.
And I would rather that comes at me
Than someone else.
Because then hopefully they don't get it and they can keep growing, if that makes sense. I mean, it's not that I want it, right? I don't want to receive the
Yeah.
hate, but I just in my life I've been to the darkest of the dark I'll ever be. I've had failed suicide attempts, not to bring us down on a Wednesday morning, or afternoon. I don't know I know it's morning. It's 11, right?
I think it might still be morning.
It's not after 12. Did you know afternoon means after 12?
After 12.
Madness.
Yeah.
Madness. Irrelevant. Side
We're
quest.
working on it.
Yeah. But no, like I've had and tried to not be here, and nothing anyone says to me online is ever going to put me back in a place like that. So
Yeah.
bring all the hate you want. I don't care. I will try and talk to you and help educate not just you but me, and see why your opinion is the way it is, and what we can do to find a spot where everyone's happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm still human. Like there's still
Yeah, absolutely.
still gets to me. There's still days where all I want to do is curl up into a ball and like just
and hide
away.
sleep, yeah.
But I think it's too important to do that and hide, and that's
Yeah.
sort of what keeps me going. Is like if I can help one person out of 1,000, out
Then
of
you've done-
2,000, 10,000,
yeah.
whatever, then I'll just go,
You've
okay,
done it.
one more.
One more.
That's it. That's all we
Yeah.
need. And then if everyone does that, eventually we'll get everyone.
Yeah. But we definitely know the negative impact of what that can have on you.
Mhm.
Whether you're having anxiety at home, on stage, you've pretty much faced it all.
Yep.
At this point. And you spoke very briefly about how positive being in that competition has made you feel. Can you tell us just like how broad that positive impact has been?
If you take my life from pre-Commonwealth to now, I am a completely different person. Like confidence-wise, happiness-wise, mental health-wise. Like if you take pre-coming out of, my mental health's mad compared to what it was like when I was still struggling with who I was. But yeah, just like the fact that my country accepts me for who I am and allows me to represent them is something that no one can ever take away from me. It's something that I will have for the rest of my life, and know that I'm welcome and that I'm accepted no matter what anyone says online.
Yeah.
Because you very rarely get it in person. I have had it in person. I've had people talk at me and other stuff, but you're like, get over it.
Yeah.
Who are you? Go away. But the positivity on it is insane. It's been like life affirming and changing, and the fact I now get to give out to the community is so good, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. Plus, I love
yeah.
being on stage and I love the attention on it. Like, I don't get anxiety for
Have a
being
little
on stage.
attention moment.
Yeah. Like, I'm a performing arts kid. Put me on a stage and I'll shine.
You are
It's my,
shining.
it's my
Always.
happy face. What's these lights? Lights and a good highlighter.
Yeah. Glitter everywhere. Bright pink.
Not as much anymore.
Oh,
Glitter gets everywhere.
I know.
It's
We can't ruin Finn's set with
No.
glitter. I don't think he'd be too happy.
especially with me traveling as well. I don't really
yeah.
want to bring glitter. When I played in the band, I would have had glitter all the time, and we would just cover stages in glitter. Between me and the singer, we would have the entire venue just caked in glitter.
Like
They would
caked
hate.
in
They would hate
shiny
when we came
silver.
in. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare to clean."
We've got to do this
Yeah.
again. But in your short film, which we'll get onto in just a moment, there is a quote right at the beginning, which a lovely friend of yours says, which is the Emzii effect,
Yes.
which to the lovely viewers at home just means the radiance of positivity and light that you bring to the community that you have, to the community that you work with. Where does that come from?
I have no idea. I don't know where the MC effect. Like, I don't know who coined it, when they coined it, or when it became a thing. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for whoever did it, but I have no idea. I just want to be the best version of me I can be, to help other people be the best versions of them, and I share everything I share so that someone can take any small part of my journey, because we're all different, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that I've done that's going to work the exact same way for anyone else. But if I can share that and someone can use any part of it to help them grow or help them along their journey, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's where the Emzii effect came from. Because, like, what's the point of, like, I've wasted 30 years of my life trying to be a boy.
Yeah.
What was that about? Like, I can look at it now and I'm like, that's dumb. I went to an all boys school as well. That's even more dumb.
Yeah.
Like, knowing now who I am and how comfortable I am, I'm like, well, I made some questionable decisions growing up. But yeah, you don't have time. There's no time to be
Not yourself.
not yourself, and like I've wasted enough of
Yeah.
it. And I think that's the Emzii effect. Is just literally, I am a safe place.
You are.
I am a place. I'm
You
a
are
safe
a
place.
place.
So like, if you want to be yourself around me, that's the only you I'll accept. Like, if you're having a bad day, I want you to tell me about it. I want to know why. I want to know what I can do to help. And I think it's contagious, because once other people
Absolutely.
start talking about it, everyone starts talking about it, and that's the whole point, right? It's not
Yeah.
anything special I do. It's like, it's not really, the Emzii effect isn't something I do. It's something that's just collectively
For
shared.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the title of the movie.
The Emzii effect.
Yeah. No, for everyone.
Oh yeah, It's for Everyone is your BAFTA award-winning film
Yours.
that was shown at ESI. You work in the games industry, you work in esports, and now you have a film award. How? Why? What happened here?
Yeah. Again, it was just, I just wanted, like, I tell my story at all the talks I do.
Yeah.
And I figured, what better way to do it than put it in a short film and give it out,
Yeah.
and anyone can stumble across it, and it'll hopefully help them. I would have preferred it went a bit more viral than it did, but it's fine. It won an award, and I'm
Yes, it
super
did.
happy. But yeah, ESI. So I've been going to ESI ever since I started like forging a career in esports, and they're like, we're doing a film festival this year. And I was like, well, that sounds great. Can I be a judge, or can I get involved? How can I get involved? And like, well, the themes are mental health, equality, and diversity in esports. And I was like, that is literally what I've been doing for the last year and a half. And they're like, yes, it is. Please make an entry. And I was like, okay. So I went through so many different companies trying to get pitching the idea of the documentary and pitching what I wanted to do. And they're like, okay, what's your budget? And as soon as I said 0, they were like, bye, Felicia. And then eventually, Sam and Will from Chrome, Will was on holiday. Like, he was literally on a family holiday, and he had a call with me. And once they heard my story, they were like, yes, we have to make this film. And then they realized they actually were at the Commonwealth as well and saw me win. And they were like, this is perfect.
They were
This
there
is,
for
yeah.
the pivotal moment of
So
life-changing.
pretty much, yeah. And then they worked super hard. They had a massive connection, a list of connections and colleagues in the creative world that I would never have
Yeah.
access to. And they're like, can you please come and do this? There's no budget, but we need to make this film and we need to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then when we discussed prize money, I was like, look, we just share it. If we win, we're not making this film to win, right? Obviously, it'd be nice if it wins, and it did. So that was very nice. But that wasn't the goal. The goal wasn't to make the film to win. It was to make the film to share the message and to amplify the voices. And that's why we have so many other creators in the film as well. Because I'm like, everyone's sick of me talking. I talk all the time. Like, we need to amplify the message with more voices and get more people talking.
And it hits hard when you watch it. Tears were shed watching it.
That was the goal.
In recording, I'm sure.
I didn't cry. I think I'm heartless now.
I cried.
Thank you. I mean, in the BAFTA, whenever they announced we won and we had to talk, the first thing I asked was, did anyone cry? And we got a few hands. I was just like, yes.
I don't think you can watch something that emotional and at some point it's very heartbreaking and not feel like you're gonna cry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a journey. We didn't want to sugarcoat anything. We didn't want to everything that's in that movie happened, and it's just real. Like, you get a lot of stuff posted about mental health or about anxiety or about abuse online, but it's all sugarcoated because you don't want to share the abuse. You don't want to fully get. And I was like, no, what's the point of that? Like, the point of this film is to show what it's actually like.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to share my story. Again.
Yeah.
Why would I be? Like,
it's out there.
It's out there
for
the world to see. It's already out there in other interviews. We just now put it in video form, and we want to make it a bigger documentary as well. So the short film is hopefully just the start, but
the beginning of
sharing
the rest of it.
It's for everyone else.
Ooh, part 2,
Part
Electric
2.
Boogaloo.
Yeah,
I'll watch that. But you do talk in your short documentary about struggling with your mental health and being bullied as a child as well.
Mhm.
But now you're this amazing human being that I get to hang out with for like 24 hours now, which is
Mhm. And
very.
tomorrow.
And tomorrow, I'm so excited. Holding hands through.
Yep. Skipping through bet.
Through bet.
Not to edge this recording.
Yeah, but you talk about your story coming out and fitting in.
Mhm.
Are you willing to share it on here as well?
Yeah, of course. Where to start? So I was an awkward kid. Never felt like I fit in. Until I found gaming, and then like I literally grew up in a LAN center and would just play games all day, every day, to the point like it was unhealthy. I was like sneaking out of my house to go to all nighters and stuff in this gaming venue, and then eventually ended up working there. Actually, to be fair, but like it just became such an escape that I was able to just be me. And I still didn't know who me was at this point, obviously. But back then, gaming wasn't cool. You know,
Yeah.
we like now esports and pro gamers are like rock stars, right? They have massive followings, and not me, but actual pro gamers have massive followings, massive communities. And like it's cool to game now. Like
Yeah.
everyone games, and it's as simple as that. Back then, they didn't really. You know, it was like traditional sports or nothing, or be smart or something. Be good at school. And I was none of those things. I was just like this nerdy kid who like wanted to play Beyblades and collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards and play video games.
Pokemon cards were like my thing as a kid.
Yeah, everyone's thing.
Yeah.
I wish I still had mine. I'd be a millionaire. Honestly, I had everyone. But yeah, just growing up, bullied a lot. Went to an all-boys school. Dumb decision looking back now. I left school, did performing arts, went to uni, did IT. Drastic change of life. Don't understand. Came back from uni, just started working. I had great friends, great family. I was in 2 great bands. We were on tours. We were doing loads of stuff, but I still never felt like I fit in. There was still something wrong. I was still depressed. I was still like suicidally depressed. And basically, one year we were going out for drinks or a meal. I think it was a meal, kind of drinks and a meal. They're all the same, right?
Yeah.
We were going out for my birthday, and I was walking to meet my lift for my birthday, and I was like, I could just step out in front of some traffic here, and this will all be over, and I'd be okay with it. But then I was like, my family wouldn't, my friends wouldn't, and I can't let them down, because that was one of the fears. Like I was like letting someone else down. So I was engaged for 8 years, didn't want to let them down, and then after that night was like this really bad suicidal thoughts. I wrote myself a letter, and was like a spider diagram was linking everything to like body dysmorphia, to like not fitting in, to like being told I couldn't wear certain things or paint my nails or do certain things that like just stuff normal people do that's not generally gender specific, but it all kind of linked up to it. And I had one of those moments where it was like my brain was just like, well done, you've caught up, do something about this.
Achievement
unlocked.
You've realized what's
girl
going
status
on.
achieved. But yeah, it was mad. And like then I had the crippling fear of, okay, how do I tell people without letting them down? Are people going to treat me differently? Or is stuff going to change? Obviously, it's going to change. My partner at the time broke up with me straight away. They moved out and got on with their life, which is completely fine. I was turning into a different person than they'd fell in love with, then they got engaged to. I mean, we were engaged over COVID, and if COVID hadn't pushed the date several times, I probably wouldn't be here. I don't mean here in an esports mood. I mean just in general. I had been buried somewhere or cremated. I don't know, whatever's cheaper. Morbid. But yeah, I just had to bite the bullet and do that something selfish, because at the end of the day, I was going to either hurt people by hurting myself, or I was going to be miserable for the rest of my life. And nobody deserves that. Everyone deserves to be happy with who they are and who they want to be. And that's why we do what we do, is to help other people do that. And I made the decision to start telling people, told my family. It took my mum a little bit of time. She mourned the loss of her son, which is completely understandable. She had 30 years raising me.
Yeah.
My dad I don't really talk to anyway. No, I didn't really care what happened there. Still don't really talk to him. And I lost a lot of friends. I mean, I had one friend send me this massive message on Facebook, right?
Right.
And they're not going to see this, so I don't care. But they were like so upset at me for not telling them that I was trans. and that I didn't tell them earlier. And I'm like, one, I didn't know.
I'm still figuring it
I'm
out
still
myself.
figuring this all out. What do you mean? And they were like, well, my brother has a drag queen friend, so of course I would have been okay with it. And I'm like, I don't know your brother. I don't know your brother's drag queen friend. This is all new to me. I can't tell you stuff I don't know. And they were like so upset at me then they like blocked me and refused to talk to me. And I basically had to be removed from other group chats because they were in it. And I was like, I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. So if me being here makes you
Yeah.
uncomfortable, I will leave. And they were like, yeah, please. So I was like, bye.
Okay, see you later.
I'm like, see ya, whatever. If you don't want me, like, and that's what happens. If you have the courage to come out and finally accept who you are and be who you are, stuff will change. But the people who love you will always come back. And they will grow.
They'll grow with you.
They'll grow with you because you gotta realize like it's gonna like if you're thinking of coming out, or questioning your sexuality or whatever, right? You're internalizing that for a long time, and to the point that it's probably years, months, whatever. For you, it's forever. And as soon as you accept it, you're like, okay, no, I need to tell everyone. I need everyone to accept it. But they still need to process that as well because it's massive change for everyone else. And I think that's something I had to learn the hard way because I was really upset at my mum. I was like, why
don't you just love me?
Yeah, just love me, mum.
Please.
She's like, I do love you, but also I miss my son. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Now looking back, I'm like, yeah, that's makes 100%. So I think it's all about like patience. Have the courage, like you deserve to be yourself, so be yourself, and everything else will fall in around that. You will lose
it'll
people.
Fall into place.
100%. You will lose people. There's nothing we can do about that. But as we all grow up anyway, friends come and go, family come and go. That doesn't change anything. You'll make new friends. You'll make new family. I think it's just do it and be patient with the following. Be patient with the fallout because again, for you and for me. It built up when you were depression over years and years and years and years and years. For everyone you've just told, it's just brand new, and you just need to give them time. And it's the hardest thing to do because you're just like, I've just told you my big news. I need supported and comforted, and there'll be plenty of people to do that. But you will have plenty of close friends who are kind of like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
This is
news.
This is the car crash moment of. Did the car flip upside down and have I ruined everything?
And have I? And ultimately the answer is no. You haven't. The car flipped upside down, landed back on its two wheels and kept going.
Yeah, you're still going.
Styled it out. You're just like, bye.
Drifting.
Yeah.
Got a cool drift.
Then you got called up for Fast and Furious 64 or something. I don't know where we are now.
Yeah, we got to...
But
that's your second movie moment.
The second movie moment will be me and Vin Diesel racing. Hanging out. Be great. I'm down. I already drive like it's Mario Kart anyway, so...
I would love to do that. Just drive like it's Mario Kart.
Don't. It's terrible. Cost me a fortune in tires.
I can't drive.
Yeah.
So
well, I'll teach you.
I'll teach you. That.
You don't want to learn from me, but I'll teach you the bad habits.
That's the next London Legion video.
Next London Legion, yeah.
Emzii and Aria go driving.
Yeah. It'll be like karaoke carpool.
Oh, that
carpool
would be
karaoke.
Yeah.
We'll be just belting tunes out.
Yeah, and then occasionally we have to stop and be like, "There's a sheep."
In London.
I mean, we can find one.
I don't think so. Not in London. Not in central London.
Finn, is there a zoo near here that's got sheep?
We can drive to the zoo.
We'll find a sheep.
There's bound to be London Zoo, right?
Yeah,
We'll
I don't
there.
know if it has sheep in it though. It's like pandas and.
We'll look it up later.
This is our
hunting.
road trip. But yeah, you've given us your advice for coming out. You've spoken about your story. But let's talk about where you are now. Mm-hmm. Not just on my beautiful blue couch.
It's a lovely blue couch.
With our lovely friend Stanley. I mean, the position that you've recently gained with British Esports.
Yeah. Labour of love. British Esports have looked after me since the Commonwealth. I mean, they've supplied me with a mental health coach, a therapist, like loads of stuff. Like they've really made sure that I'm okay. You know, after certain announcements, they've called me to make sure I'm okay, and like they've really looked after me. And the fact now that I get to help them look after everyone else is just amazing. Like the fact that I am now part of the governing body for esports.
Yes, as our community manager.
As community manager.
Which means you get to put cool things in your Twitter bio.
Yeah.
Because it says community manager at British Esports.
It does, yeah. Community manager and professional player.
Absolutely.
Fun times.
Professional.
But no, it's amazing. I think like everything British Esports has been up to recently has been phenomenal, and the growth that we have planned and that they have planned to grow grassroots esports in the
Yeah.
UK, collegiate esports in the UK, and then more is like I'm just so grateful I get to be a part of it. Like all I wanted to do was help make esports a better place and more welcoming, inviting place for people like me, and now I'm arguably the community manager for one of the biggest impacts of that in the UK.
Absolutely.
And I get to just be me. We're still waiting on guidelines of how much me I can be, because it is still,
yeah.
it's still British esports.
There might be too much
There's
glitter.
too much,
for
too
British esports.
too much. And I need to be careful with what I say. I don't want to offend anyone. So I'm waiting for guidelines of just exactly how much Emzii I can bring to
Yeah.
the table for socials. Nothing bad's been said so far, so I'm just sort of figuring it out. And I think the fact that now our community manager is a little transgendered gay girl.
Yeah. It makes me feel a lot stronger in British esports. That
Good.
There's someone that's there like
Yeah.
me that can represent me
Exactly.
if
And
I need that help.
That's why I wanted to do it, and that's why like this is the perfect role for me. Like they're like. It was all luck as well, like because the previous community manager got offered a new job in something he's super passionate about in the charity space, and like he had to go for it. There was no like it was his passion, and you know it was something that he can make a massive difference in. I'm not saying he can't in the community manager, but you know we have enough straight white males in esports as it is, that him going to do something that was super passionate, but for him, let me do something that's super passionate for me.
Yeah.
And also help bridge that diversity gap again.
Yeah.
Which has been phenomenal.
You've both found your niche.
Exactly.
And it's worked out in a
very
positive way.
100%. And we're all still very close. You know,
Yeah.
he still gives me tips and advice, and he left me a lovely handover and everything. So it's been great.
It's been a good start so far.
It's been a chaotic start. So this is week 3, and I've already been working on student champs fixtures, which is mental. Like just literally crash course into this is student champs, this is how we do it, this is what we do, can you do it, and can you help?
For when this podcast goes out, by the way, twitch.tv/British Esports 2, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. You can find some of our lovely team. Apparently we've got a Thursday as well. We've got the Cup. Is that also at 4 p.m., Mr. Producer? Apex.
Oh, I don't touch Apex.
Thursday.
Apex is the only thing I haven't really had much of an impact in, because my only impact in the Apex is slagging Brad. That Apex is a dead game.
Brad, who...
It's not. I play eFootball. Apex is more live than eFootball.
Brad, who our producer Finlow does communicate with for Student Champs, is probably very excited to see
they're all
his favourite game go.
Brad and Jonas are mad Apex heads. So like
we've got Alex, which is our equivalent
to your Brad and Jonas, your Bronus.
Yeah, our Bronus.
Your Bronus, nice.
Our little Apex team is looking.
I like Apex. I think like the fact that we're now branching out into more games is huge, and it's something that I've already sent them a massive list of different things I want to do as community manager, and that I want to do personally with British Esports. I don't know how much of it I can say. I don't know how much of it can be done.
Yeah.
But the fact that I am now able to have that voice and suggest these things is going to be great. I mean, one of the things is I want to make the community more of a community, right? So we have our professional gamers, we have our aspiring esports pros, our college teams, our collegiate players who want nothing more in life than to be the next top Apex player, the next top Valorant player. But what about everyone else who just wants to have fun playing games?
Yeah.
I want to bring them in and like run less competitive competitions. So
and
like have a Fall Guys student champs.
Yeah.
Where you're a bean and you just do obstacles.
Yeah.
And that's your whole goal. And it's chance, it's random. Yes, you can get people who are ridiculously good at Fall Guys, but ultimately the skill difference in between the top Fall Guys player and someone who's just playing for fun isn't going to be as big as like if you were to play me at FIFA.
Yeah, I would lose. Context.
Probably.
And if we can get a clip of that later, they'll have proof that I will lose.
We'll see. Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I love the idea of just having a space to go and have fun in that community.
Yeah, because esports is all about fun.
Yeah,
Like esports is competitive gaming, but it's fun. Like if something isn't fun, it's not worth doing.
absolutely.
And I think we need to be able to have more people join in. And don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, I still want like the super sweaty competitions.
Oh,
Like, because I
absolutely.
love it.
I will come and watch League
Yeah,
and watch
same.
them just like scream at keyboards.
I know. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. Like,
But I'd also love to just come and hang out and be like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
play
let's play
Pikmin or whatever.
Pikmin. Let's play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Let's play Smash Bros. Let's just have casual, fun party games
Yeah.
in an esportsy tournamenty way where you get to experience sort of the thrills of esports. You get to experience like playing live on a stage,
Yeah.
if we can get that far, playing live in a tournament. The added pressure of being in a tournament,
Yeah.
of it being live streamed and stuff. Because if you're not good enough to make one of the collegiate teams, or you don't have a team,
Yeah.
you can't really do anything. You can't enter. You can't take part. But if we do community games in an esports style format, anyone can take part, and
Yeah.
that's again what anyone can play,
Yeah.
which is what it's about.
It's that soft launch into
Mhm.
getting into your grassroots team.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can definitely find.
But it's
friends to
finding
play
the
with.
resources, the time,
Yeah.
and everything that we need. And as I say, this is third week into British
Yeah.
Esports, and I've already been pulled a million and one different ways. I'm now in London
Yeah,
with
welcome
you
to
guys
London,
in the
by
College
the
of
way.
Esports. After this, I'm going straight over to Bet for 2 days.
Where you get to hang out with me.
I get
for
to hang
a
out
whole
with you.
nother day.
Yeah, it's the highlight of the entire trip.
Just girls trip.
Yeah, 100%.
We're not there for the cool tech
No.
stuff.
I mean, I've
We're
plenty of
here to
that at
hang out.
home. Yeah, I'm here for funds.
Funsies.
Funsies and little trips. I mean, I went to Primark yesterday and bought some stuff that I probably shouldn't have. But I just couldn't resist a wee shopping trip because
Yeah.
the Primark here is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's bigger than entire Northern Ireland. I walked in and I was like, it's going to take me 6 hours to get to the other side of the shop.
Oh, almost definitely. I
Yeah.
think I get lost walking through like Asda and stuff in London just because
Nice.
of the sheer size
Yeah,
of everything.
Ridiculously big.
It's like what we think Texas is. Like how everything's just massive in
The only
in
thing I know
Texas.
about Texas is that's where Rooster Teeth is.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know. Rooster Teeth is like Achievement Hunter, and well, not anymore because they've wrapped up. But yeah,
Oh.
like a lot of the people I would watch online, like the people I grew up.
I thought they were in California.
No, I think
Maybe I'm just really bad at
California's
geography.
Funhouse, maybe. Like, but the main core Rooster Teeth is like
Is
Rooster
in-
Teeth, Achievement Hunter, now Doghouse, and
Nice.
all those guys are all Texas,
Oh,
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
That's the only reason I wanna go.
That's gonna go into the podcast, and our lovely American audio tech Nevin is just gonna be like, "That's the worst
Yeah,
American accent I've ever heard."
I used to try like anytime. What's the quote where it's the kid's like, "I'm walking here."
From New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have done that accent for everything. They're like, "American, I'm walking here," and they're like, "Nope, not even close." And I'm like, "That's the only way I know." So I was-
California. Hey, bada bing, bada boom.
Hey, pizza pie.
That's as close to America as we can
Yeah,
get.
no, I can't do it.
Coming
Not for me.
from the
And I'm
British
performing
Isles.
arts trained.
yeah.
Like I'm trained in performing arts, and I can't do accents.
Yeah, but your accent's pretty cool. So,
Accent's a mess.
are you sure?
Yeah,
But
it's better than it was. I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever I go home and visit family,
yeah,
like
it gets worse.
It gets worse, yeah, but not as bad as theirs. Like there's times like we were in Sainsbury's in Coleraine. I could just hear people talking. And I just turned to my partner and I was like, "Babe, please tell me I don't sound like that." I was like, I don't want to sound like a little country bumpkin. No offense to anyone who does. Like, no offense to anyone from Coleraine. Like, your accent's lovely. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like that.
yeah.
My sister's ridiculous. Like, when she calls me, I'm just like, wow, that's strong.
Because in London we have like a bunch of accents
Mm.
anyway. My brother very much sounds like the part of London that we grew up in,
Nice.
but I say things where I sound like I'm from up north.
Oh.
But I don't know where it came from.
No.
But now I'm sitting on a podcast and we've got two completely different accents. And someone down below will be like, I can't understand a single word either of you are saying.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Probably quite a lot of people.
Yeah, we'll get
Um,
you captions for that.
Yeah. Will we? Good luck, Captain Generator. Yeah.
It's a lot of effort. Yeah.
My accent got like neutralized. So I went to when I started streaming, it was very like Americanized, just so people could understand me because I used to talk so quick. Like
Yeah.
being from Northern Ireland, it was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing?" 10,000 words a second. So I had to learn to slow it down. But by slowing it down, it somehow like took a more neutrally American slang.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Newcastle for a couple of years in England. And I got like an English twang. and it was so weird. But then I moved back home. I moved from Korean to Belfast, and then I started getting like a Belfast accent, and it's just like an amalgamation of like,
yeah. You've just made accent soup.
yeah, I've got soup.
Soup.
Where's your accent from? Soup.
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 Where's soup? I'm buying clothes at the soup store.
You get accents, you get soups, you get clothes, you get everything
Yeah.
from the soup store.
Everything from
great.
the soup store,
Yeah.
which is the best way to be.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You've moved from your little wee town to the capital.
The capital, which is still a tiny town, like compared to like when I lived in Newcastle, I never planned on moving back home. But family stuff happened, so I had to move
Yeah.
back home. And now I don't want to leave my granny and stuff like that on her own. So I'm still there, and I wouldn't force my partner to, up her end
Yeah.
her life and leave her family to come and move over to England. If I am made to do it for work, different story. We'll talk about that when it happens. But it's not currently. So
Yeah.
I'm open to the idea. Like I would love to live back in England again. But it's just family issues.
Anywhere but Birmingham.
No, I would live in Birmingham. I've good friends in Birmingham. One of my childhood friends lives in Birmingham.
We can just keep sending you to Birmingham
Yeah.
if you miss it.
I don't miss it. I don't miss it, but I miss living in England for sure. And like having to fly over every other
What's
week.
the difference of like living here in England?
It's just
to-
more.
There's
Like
just more.
Belfast is probably the biggest town
Yeah.
in Northern Ireland, and it's like tiny compared to your Newcastle, your Liverpool, your like, and they are tiny compared to London.
Yeah.
Like Belfast is basically a little village compared to anywhere in England, and like there's just so much more over here. There's so many more opportunities. There's a lot more esports. There's no esports in Northern Ireland. We have Belfast Blaze or Belfast Storm. Sorry, Blaze is the LGBT football team. Belfast,
Which another team to support.
which is another team to support, and I have played for. I have my own jersey and stuff as well. They're the only LGBT football team in Northern Ireland. But the Belfast Storm are the only esports team in Northern Ireland, and there's like a couple, maybe two Beyonds or Belongs, the arenas and
Yeah.
games, but there's nothing else. So you can now study it at Belfast Met, but that's only new, and there's nothing. So I would love to be over here just to be more involved in esports and get to more events.
Yeah.
Plus a lot more bands play over here than they do, and I love music.
we're on the tour route.
Yeah,
Like got the Copper Box. They had some stuff going
Mhm.
on. London Stadium.
Yep.
Down the road.
Emirates.
Emirates.
Big up Barcelona.
Yeah. And then we've got the O2.
We don't have any O2s.
You don't have an O2.
We don't have an O2 in Northern Ireland. It's only
We've got like 3.
yeah. You got more than there's one in like every big country, isn't there? Every
Yeah.
big city.
Yeah.
Because I know there's Newcastle, Liverpool. I'm pretty sure Birmingham have one.
Manchester have just rebranded theirs,
Oh,
which is where Eurovision was.
no, Eurovision was Liverpool, was it?
I don't know. I'm not very good at countries.
As a member of the as a member of the LGBT community, I'm revoking your card for not knowing where the Eurovision was.
Finlo
Jokes.
over there as the fellow European is revoking my European card.
Yeah,
I
you've
think.
lost it all now.
Hey, my country doesn't normally get that far in Eurovision.
None of us do.
Britain, England, was it the UK?
Sam Ryder did okay. Yeah,
he was alright.
he was great, but
Jolly good music.
that was it. No one else has.
No.
But hey, we try. It's all about
We-
taking part that
We
matters,
can do
right?
it next.
Yeah.
right?
What, us?
Yeah.
Me and you?
You're a musician.
Yeah, I'm not a good one.
They didn't say we had to be good for
That's
Eurovision.
true. I mean, they did have Jedward one year. Ireland had Jedward
twice.
one year.
They had Jedward twice. 2011 and 2012, I think they went through. Which, the fact that it was that recent
Yeah,
is a bit
fills us with
terrifying.
hope
Yeah,
that we can
could do it
do it.
again.
We can put our fringes up and everything if we have to. They're actually, when I worked for Riot, spoiler alert, I worked for Riot for a while.
Casual law drop.
They
in the
were
middle.
they were doing a promo for Subway, which was in the subway opposite the Riot building. So we all just sat watching out the window, watching Jedward run around for about 2 hours. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I was like, "Can I go over and say hello?" And they're like, "If you want." And I was like, "Will someone come with me? Because I don't really want to go on my own." They're like, "No." I was like, "Please,
Please, Riot.
please, Riot friends, come and meet Jedward." And they're like, "I don't want to meet Jedward." And I was like, "But they sound so fun."
Were they fun? Did you meet
No,
them?
no one would come with me, and I was
Oh.
too afraid to go on my own.
Your Riot friends need
Yeah.
to get on there.
Well, I don't work there anymore now, so
The poor Jedward.
I know.
moment.
I know they would have got to meet an international esports superstar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Riot deprived them of that.
Can't believe they've done this.
I know. Gonna write a strong letter.
strongly worded email.
Yeah.
Dear Riot.
Dear Riot. I mean, they just had massive cuts, so I don't know who you're still at, right? I mean, I worked in broadcast, so it wasn't for Riot, it was for Gravity Media, and we were loaned to Riot, so I had two bosses, really, but I was permanently for Riot. And it was amazing. It was, like, I loved it. And I got to do some cool events, like Valorant, Last Chance qualifiers, all the game changer stuff, which was really important to me to promote that. But it was just the drive. Like, I was driving from Belfast to Dublin every day, which was an hour and a half each way, to then do like a 13, 14-hour shift and drive home that in the middle of the night or morning. And it was just
exhausting.
Not exhausting. It wasn't safe. I had no life. I was literally sleeping to wake up and drive to work. And then it was costing me even more paying for petrol and stuff to get there than I was earning to pay bills and everything. So it was costing me too much money, and I had to leave it, sadly, due to it. But I mean, I'm eternally grateful to the guys at Riot for even putting me forward for the role and let me get there. And I got to have some good experience of what people behind the cameras look for when people on front of the cameras. So hopefully the next event I'll be able to up my performance games to the next level. But I mean, I already play up the cameras as it is.
Yeah.
So.
You sat in front of 3, which means extra MC personality.
Yeah. I tried not to swear this entire time. I just said etch, yeah.
It's fine. We can censor that.
Quack it out.
Yeah,
Wink.
we can get a little
wink.
We can get a little noise for it.
Yeah.
I think Finlo yesterday made a joke that we just need like the Summoner's Rift entry noise for when our previous guest made some little oopsies.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't really work for me because I don't play League much.
We can find a game relevant noise. Though I
just want duck sound. I think duck sounds are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, you see when someone curses in a vlog or something and
it's a duck noise.
It's a duck noise instead. It's the funniest thing ever to me.
we can grab a duck noise.
Yeah.
Editor, whoever's editing this.
There's a sound on the on Discord.
The duck
on the Discord, the soundboard has a duck, and I use it every call I'm in. I'm like, they're like, "Where's this duck sound coming from?" It's just me secretly being like, "Wait."
I think our friends have one that's like the Discord ping noise. So if you just like casually press that in conversation, nobody even notices a thing.
You see people who do that in games over voice comms.
So annoying.
Does my head in. I think I have like OCD when it comes to notifications, so I have to know what the notification is. I have to read it. I cannot have an unread notification. And the amount of times I'll be sitting there and someone's like, and I'm like, which phone, which app, who was this, who was that? And then I can never find it. I'm like, whose Discord's coming down their mic? And then everyone's like, no, it's not mine. It's not mine. And I'm like, like, where is this coming from? And then eventually you find out it's someone with a soundboard. You're like, I hate you. I hate you with every ounce of my body right now.
You got to get your own soundboard.
I have.
Back to people.
I mean, I have a Stream Deck, so it's just like.
And Stream Deck, the most beloved.
Yeah.
Twitch streamers.
Every broadcast person's secret tool.
Everyone has one. I feel like it's
They're
staple of doing content.
Other brands are available, but probably don't.
Yeah.
Just go for a Stream Deck.
It's a household name.
Yeah.
The Elgato Stream Deck. Which the same with the capture card.
Yeah.
That's where they started.
I mean, my setup at home is pretty sick. It's not as sick as in here, but it's pretty sick, and it's very much.
Because we do see yours in your Twitch streams, which also will be linked below, and hopefully will pop up on the screen with a nice pink graphic for you. But we do see your setup. And
it's changed a lot recently.
Backdrop. Yeah, but it looks amazing.
It does. I love it.
I want one.
That's the only reason I have it is to make it look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was lucky enough to like have done work with companies, and they sent me a lot of it for free. Yeah. Because like I'm not in a position to pay the prices for half the stuff. So I'm just very grateful that people reach out and be like, if thanks for doing this for us. Here's a gift. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, sweet.
Cool. Free stuff.
Free stuff. Yay.
Us when we go to bed and someone gives us a pen. Free
stuff. I broke your pen earlier. I owe you guys a pen.
We've got like a pot of 100 of them, I'm sure.
Well, there's only 99 now.
I'm sure I'll be okay without one pen.
We'll see. I'll get a message in like a week being like, we ran out of all the pens and it's your fault.
You get an email from our line manager.
An invoice.
Emzii, where are the pens?
Where are the pens? Let's get a picture back of me like just swimming in them.
Just 100 pens on the floor doing the little American... It's not American Psycho, it's the other one. American Beauty, where she has the little roses and...
I vaguely know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm like, I'm very uncultured when it comes to like films and stuff.
That's alright.
If it's not Marvel or superhero or cute, I don't care.
But BAFTA award winning.
Yeah, I know, right?
filmmaker over here.
Yeah.
Which I am very excited to hopefully see a feature film length.
Yeah, if we can just get someone to pay for it, that would be.
Oh yeah.
That would be great because it can't be like. It was all well and good doing the film on zero budget.
Mm-hmm.
The documentary and what we want it to be, it wouldn't be possible on a zero budget. So we need a sponsor or a company that want to come in and make the full version, and it'll not even be that focused on me. It'll be about amplifying other people's voices. But we're working
everyone
on
else.
It's on everyone else. Yeah, it's for everyone else.
Else in italics, just so you know that it's the sequel.
But still me.
But still Emzii.
It's still me because attention.
Yes, which we have a thing that we do at the end of every podcast.
Okay.
Which is where we take a selfie, and I feel like because you have been the best person I've gotten to hang out with.
You want me to take?
Will you do the honors?
The green screen behind us.
We can move.
Can we get him in as well?
Yeah, we gotta.
We're so cute.
We are. We're adorable.
You happy with this?
Absolutely. And then we can just throw that everywhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Which all of your socials, again, are going to be in the description of our podcast, which will be on YouTube and Spotify.
It's just at Emzii192, literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Even on Twitch?
Even on Twitch, yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't get told off,
easier.
But whenever we did the Commonwealth, you had to give them all your socials. And I was just like having to go to all my socials to be like, okay, what was my Twitter? What was my PlayStation name? What is my Discord? What is this? And they were all different variants of Emzii, and I was like, that must be really annoying for people. Yeah. So I just changed them all to Emzii192.
Brand consistency.
Yeah.
But next week we will have another episode of the CoEs Couch podcast. I'm amazed to see who it'll be.
Do we know yet?
I don't.
Oh, surprises.
We'll find out. We'll find out shortly. But thank you everyone for watching, and my amazing guest, Emzii.
No, thanks for having me.
I'm super happy that you've come on to hang out with us. Give him a little wave.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye, friends.